Hello everyone, we are back from our break and we've had a bit of a virus issue which ate my machine, so don't click on any dodgy horse porn links that your friends send you. This is a compilation of a couple of base builds I did. I just shortened them down, and if you want to learn more about these bases there should be a link below that you can click on, and I hope you enjoy. This is one of the first bases I started, where I started to try and do something a bit more interesting than building some sort of epoxy typical base. I started with a 3x3 grid here and cut each side back, and when I did I revealed a sort of wooden window. So I decided to take the mass of the thing down a bit, but the base is really heavy, so it looks like a solid wall of fucking concrete. This is where I started pissing around with concrete garage doors and then infilling it with wood panels. It seems to fit in that module quite well. Every single panel was handcrafted and time wasted. When you build a base with a lot of fucking windows you do get sniped a lot, but we never said to build buildings for safety. You always build it for a bit of fun, try something a bit different. So this is the back wall, and it's just one massive solid wall of cinder block, which to be honest is not very attractive. It's quite dark here as well, but it was fun to try something a bit different. I built this base just above the airfield at Balota. It's about 20 stories high, I think 4 solid block walls with a ring of windows. I seem to like my windows during this phase. And this is modelled after the Sears Tower in Chicago, which is now called the Wells Tower. So this is, again, once I got to a certain level I would cut back a whole section to again make like a bunch of stacked boxes. A couple of dodgy joinings near the wall edges on this one, which fucking irritated the shit out of me at the time. But we built it right on the ledge of a cliff, so it's really tall on that one back face, and also it goes downhill here, so you can clearly see the stacking of it. XAU, thank you very much, buddy. Still remember you give me a whole bunch of money which let me finish this particular crazy job. There's some dodgy joins there. I learned that flipping walls on top of each other does not fit the module. You can see that dodgy gap all the way up. It needs to wind me up. And at each stopping point I put a light pole in there which faced the building to try and light it up at night, but didn't always happen. And here was the saving grace. So at the top I could see a dodgy C-130 not getting bent to the end of the runway, and I was taking pot shots at it. What a dick. Now here, not everything I touch turns to gold. This is a full-on timber building built at the lake up north. I was trying to get the top to twist as it went up. Again, every single panel is handmade, not bought. So, building out of timber is repetitive and fucking tedious. And people told me not to build out of wood. They didn't listen, and it looks like a melange of shit. This was a weird little base I built on Tavi on top of the International Hotel, and I wrote the word Trump on the inside. I tried to get to punch through, but I think I messed it up a bit. This was back a few months ago when the idea of Donald Trump running for president was still a fucking joke, and look how well that turned out. So, yay Trump. Now this was one of my favourite builds actually. I wish I hadn't built it amongst the trees here. It's a 2x2 grid of trying to use every single different building object inside DayZ to erect a building. So nothing's particularly snapped or exactly aligned, but it sort of follows that square shape all the way up. I used metal panels, cinder block, wood, metal fences, metal panels, metal floors, toilets, sheds, sandbags. Basically, if I could stick it down, I stuck it on. And people would come by and say, oh man, what an ugly piece of shit this is. But then they would come inside and have a look around, and they actually quite liked it after a while. So here's a raggedy ass inside, walking around fucking trees. I mean, it was a real eyesore, but there was something about it that you quite liked. And kind of a weird fun thing to do, so you don't always have to build everything straight, true and square. So I hope you enjoyed these quick looks back at some of my builds. Hopefully you'll click on the links to learn a bit more about them and try something new and different on your next build, or something that's totally opposite this, so it's not a fucking mess.
On the contract, it's pulling us in.